Well, hello there and welcome to issue number 112, and this issue is all about the Aries rabbits. As you can see on the caption prior to this video, those are all the dates you have to be in this Western and Eastern astrological combination. So any questions, or if there's anyone who wants to know about 12 years prior to the first date I've put up, or 24 years or 36, as long as they're in combinations of 12, then just message me and I'll put the dates for those years up. No problems at all. So okay, let's get started straight away. What a bizarre combination this is. We've got the fire sign Aries, and they're very robust, and you start noticing that, very young in a child, as soon as they start school, or they're even at nursery or they're preschool, they're a robust, charging around, all action child really. They're not, as I say, they're not a bully, or they're not, there's nothing malicious about the Aries at all. They just really do tear around. They love motion, and they're very attracted to motion. Anything that where there's action going on, and there's anything that captures their imagination, and normally it's anything that's speed orientated, or as I say, in sports, etc. They love it. They absolutely adore it. Now we have to chuck into the mix with this Aries. We have to chuck in the rabbit, where the rabbit is quite a meek, gentle character. They have plenty of friends, but very gentle sort of character, and tend to be quite shy. So what happens when these two mix? Well, what happens first and foremost is we have quite a defense orientated child, because it will take the sting a little bit out of the Aries. They will charge around, but the Aries only hits back. They never strike out, they only defend. So this is an added one into the armour, where the rabbit will look for diplomatic resolving of any problems, or they just leave the situation. They're not conflict orientated, so it does calm the Aries down quite a bit. As I say, totally non-malicious. But one thing that will stand out will be things I've said about, like the speed or action, any involvement, sciences, where there's a group activity and there's all stuff going on, cooking, stuff like that. It will be double fold. There will be, there'll be even more passion for these sort of activities, because the rabbit is a very quick thinking person, quite shy, but they're always thinking, they're always looking around, they're always thinking ahead. This makes the Aries even more so alert, even more so juggling ideas. And what you'll find is that also this child is very, very capable of some real quick decision making, very fast, and juggling of all problems. I mean, they're quite capable of multitasking, and this is something that is very prominent with this child. They can juggle so many things on the go. They need speed, they need quickness, they may be a little bit over talkative, but the Aries is tempered down a little bit. They'll be maybe talkative when they're getting bored. The Aries, sometimes when they get bored, they can up and walk around the classroom, or just really switch off, or sometimes be a little disruptive by having a giggle and that sort of thing. But the rabbit chills that down a little bit, but they can still switch off and be chatting in their own little areas, not getting on the wrong side of the teacher or whoever's class it is, but they will get bored very quickly unless they've got many tasks going on the go. They're capable of doing multiple projects, and this is where you will really see how this person blossoms. Given quick decisions on the front line, they're going to be fantastic and it's really amazing how they do switch zone in, boom, and it is so amazing to see. So if we take this child through to the college years, university years, I'd love to see them maybe following a military education, something like that as well, because they would make a fantastic officer where decisions have to be made and there's a lot going on, and these would be fantastic in that scenario. And plus they'd be quite thoughtful of their charges under them, because you know you're going to know where you stand with this combination, but they're not going to be over risky. So they could make a great career in the military, but also they would make a great career in trading, stocks and shares, buying and selling. They would be fantastic because they would know the time, they'd be thinking ahead, they'd be looking at this is the deal, that's the deal, boom. They'd be a fantastic broker, and they will be so sharp and quick, and they'll always, as I say, looking for that opportunity that could make some serious money like that, and make their clients some serious money too. And we have to look at these quick motion activities, and Aries Rabbit, if you haven't thought of that, go down that line, because you're going to be a natural. Maybe you haven't really sort of allowed that to come out in you, but you are a natural when you're bouncing so many projects around. Also a building site manager, I mean, you know, when you've got, you know, your carpenters firing in info, your plumbers, your brickies, your roofers, all going on, they're there, boom, that's getting done, and they're fantastic at that. You know, even any project like that where there's multiple things that need doing in a quick space of time, Aries Rabbit is your man or your lady. You know, they really are something else to see when they're, you know, when they're in full flow. If we look at, as I say, going into personal relationships now, this is where the uncanny mixture can also, you know, show itself, where you've got the Aries is quite a hot-blooded and ardent lover, likes to be a little bit promiscuous very early on in their teenage years. You know, they like to, you know, they like to be the first. They enjoy that, and the ladies, they love romance, but they also are very hot-blooded as well. So sometimes they will try things out and then concentrate on their knight in shining armour coming on. While the Rabbit, quite a lot cooler in that sense, takes somebody very patient and very ardent to win them over. They're not naturally over sexual men or the ladies of this combination. Why? I think there's a little bit of reticence. Everything, when their career's going fine, you know, they've got the speed, they're a bit high flying. I think sometimes they feel as though, well, if I embark on this relationship, it might be a bit dull, it might be a bit boring. How about if they're not the right person? Sometimes they don't want to take the plunge, and they may possibly sort of have a friend here and there who can offer them what they need, rather than committing full-blooded, because maybe you know, it might not live up to their expectations in that sense. So what I do advise for the Aries Rabbit is find that right person, because it will complement your career, and it will complement your, you know, your nature. You'll have somebody who will warm you up, warm your heart up, and allow you to be sort of, you know, relaxed. It's quite hard for this sign to relax, so they do need that downtime. They do need that time when, you know, okay, let's shut that mind down a little. You know, let's not always be thinking about work. Let's not always be thinking about what could happen. You know, you need to have a bit of downtime and find the right person. So who is the right person for this, you know, flash of light sort of character? Who's going to really capture their imagination as well? Well, they can put all their trust into the goats, because the goats are, as we say, a little eccentric. They're very romantic themselves. They're very ardent lovers. they're very patient as well. They do their work as well. They're big skillful in their own field. So there's a lot of respect between these two, and there's possibilities of making a lovely sum of cash, which gives them a good security. Aries rabbit not so security orientated as other rabbits, because you know there is little elements of risk sometimes with them, but on the whole, deep down, they yearn for that if they're truly honest with themselves. And with the goat, where can you go wrong? You know, you've got someone who's articulate and intelligent, and it's a very, very good solid match, and somebody who will warm you up a little when you're not so, you know, in that fiery mood. In that sense, the goat is very patient as well for that, and they enjoy just snuggling, cuddling. You know, there's a nice coziness in this combination. So let's look for the Gemini goats, the Leo goats, the Sagittarian goats, and the Aquarius goats. All wonderful matches. And also we have to look at the pigs, because the pig's strength, the focus on their partner, the complete dedication on their partner, they can slow the scenario down. They can slow the mind down of the Aries rabbit. They can slow them right down and sort of check them back when they've got all these things going on. You know, when you've got that devotion from the pig, chills it right back. They love to relax. They love to enjoy luxuries. Those two will enjoy luxuries together, and again capable of some great secure nest egg for the future, and some real non-stressful times in that sense, because you know there are going to be rainy days, but you've got that behind you. The pig will never allow the worst to happen, so there's great you know, protection on that security. So let's look for the Gemini pigs, the Leo pigs, the Sagittarian pigs, and the Aquarian pigs. All, you know, fantastically strong, and as I say, will give you that peace of mind. The ones that you've got to avoid, well, even with the Aries, you know, rabbit being slightly more riskier, and you know, they've got that bit of fire about them as well, ever so slightly. Still no go with roosters, absolutely not. The roosters are too hard-edged. You just don't get each other. And the rabbit, don't forget, you're still quite a gentle soul. You've still got a little bit of softness there, and this, you'll be really hurt. Sometimes you'll think that the rooster's a bit too tough and a little insensitive, and the rabbit will just harbour these hurts, take them in, they get really quite spiteful then, and it just makes for a real unhappy time for both. Okay, well, thank you for joining me on this issue. Please join me in the next one. Thank you.